it's always exciting to come around our fan base and to see their energy and the excitement about our program and their excitement about want to know what's going on in our program. And everywhere we've been, it's been a lot of excitement and can't have no complaints whatsoever.
Coach, during the spring, your players were kind of talking about like a renewed mindset and kind of a new energy coming in, and they're really excited. Are you seeing that kind of in the fan base too?
Oh, I am. Everywhere I've been, everyone's been excited about what's going on and where we're headed. And usually that's how it is every year. It's a different year, it's a different team, and there's hope, and everybody get excited about it. And just going around, I sense it everywhere we've been, and since everybody they're ready for football season and want to see how much our guys improve.
Coach, as you've had a chance to look back at the spring and the spring game, what did James really show you?
Well, I think throughout the whole entire offseason, James is just, I wouldn't say he's necessarily stepped up. He's just been who he's been as a leader, and being the guy that he normally is. The thing I've been impressed with is James' work ethic and his approach when it comes to the game and studying the game and preparing himself. He's pretty much like all of our guys. We want them to develop and get better, and he's developing in those areas. He's always been a great teammate, been a great leader for us, and I think he's taken pride at working on him and being better at what he has to do individually.
Coach, what have you gauged from fans' expectations for this upcoming season and beyond?
I don't think the expectation ever changes at Florida State. You come here, the expectation is to win, and I see it being the same way this year like it is every other year. It's a new year, and because the year didn't go the way that we wanted it to go last year, it doesn't mean the expectation changes. And I don't sense anything any different than what it was last year or the year before that or years before that. The expectation is to win and to win big, and it's there, and that's how we want it.
When a Willie Taggart team is officially humming and you got the guys doing what you want, what's it going to look out there?
You like to see a team that's flying around, a team that's disciplined, a team that's having fun, playing for one another, and a team that's winning, and a team that's give all of our fans and ourselves something to be proud of and excited about. And I think you see our team do it.
Anything you learned from, one main thing you learned from your first year at Florida State last year?
Oh, not just one thing. I learned a lot. Again, I learned a lot about Florida State in general, just everything, every aspect of Florida State and our fan base. And I learned a lot more about our football team and what we can and what we can't do and where we need to go. I learned a lot about my staff. I learned a lot about our administration. Again, it's not one particular thing I didn't necessarily learn. I learned a lot.
Did any of the grumbling or criticism bother you at all?
No, not at all. I think my coaching career has prepared me for that. I think every stop we've had that everywhere I've been, and again, that's part of college football. You're going to get that, and it's definitely part of it when you're at a place like Florida State and the expectation is to win, and things don't go that way. Then when things don't go that way, you expect criticism. You expect you expect people not to be happy. That's part of it. But those things you can't get consumed, and you got to stay locked in and focused on your job and what you got to get done, and understanding those things are going to be there. We don't play well, people going to say negative things. We play well, they say good things. And we can't let neither good or bad things get to us. We got to continue to focus on what we need to focus on.
How close is this thing to turning the corner and playing the way you want to play?
I would say this is night and day compared to where we were this time last year and where we're at now. Again, I can't necessarily tell you the outcome of the season. We don't know that yet, but I like where our football team is and where we're going, and I like the energy our guys have. I like the way they come to work every single day, not just our players but coaches as well. I'm excited about where we're at and where we're going, and looking forward to this summer and getting our guys back in training camp and preparing for the season. But it's night and day.
Only 2 players drafted at Florida State. That's the lowest number in a long time. Did this this team not have as much talent as you thought when you took over?
I wouldn't necessarily say it didn't have enough talent. I think we have talent. We just have young talent. You know, again, I think from the outside, everyone look at Florida State as Florida State always have talent. You know, and that's right. But our guys were young. You know, you think about our team last year. We had at least 8 guys that left school early. You know, that could have came back and played for us and would have made a world of a difference for us. And you look at some of the teams that we played, they had guys come back and stay there. You know, so I wouldn't necessarily say it was just a talent thing. I think we had a lot of talent that left, and we had a lot of young talent in there that needed to develop. And I think in every program you got to develop guys, and I think we have some really talented kids that's going to be special for us. It's just a matter of again developing them and giving them time to develop. You know, so we had to play some guys before they necessarily was ready to play, and again I think those things are going to pay off for us moving forward.
Who are some guys that you maybe saw get thrown into the fire earlier than necessary and have come out the other side better for it? I'm sure a few. But.
Well, I think some guys up front on the offensive line. I think some guys played early, probably before they were ready. Again, I think those things are going to help them in the long run. It didn't necessarily help us last year, but it helped. I think some of the freshmen that played last year was thrown in the fire. That they'll be a lot better than what they were this past year, and a lot of those guys did some good things for us last year. So I mean, you look at a lot of guys that we all expected to be great, and we, again, because it's Florida State and what we've done in the past, we expected those things. But we have some young guys that are very talented, just need to grow up and continue to play. And a lot of them didn't have playing experience last year, but they had to play for us. So again, it's one of those things you didn't necessarily want to do it, but you had to do it, and you got to go through some things in order to get to where you're going sometimes. And sometimes those things aren't the way that you wanted to go, but you stay the course and keep working, and it works out for you.
With Alex coming in later this month, will you have a quarterback competition, or what does he need to do to kind of get in that race?
We're going to always have a competition at Florida State University. It's never going to be just it's this guy's thing, it's that guy's thing. That's not Florida State. That's not what we've been in the past. There's always been competitive depth, and that's what we're working really hard to get our football program back to where there is competitive depth. You know, and to me, that's when you're going to see a lot of changes within our football program. Is when there's competitive depth, and guys know that every single day they got to come to work because the guy behind them can take their jobs, and we got to get back to being that way. And I think we're working in that direction, and it's coming that way. It's slowly but surely, but it's getting that way. And again, that's what we're going to be, the team that we all expect for Florida State to be. And we need competitive depth at every position, and I think we're working towards that. I mean, you look at our kicker position. We recruited a kicker. You know, Ricky needs some competition. You know, and that's going to make Ricky better. It's going to make us all better. And I think that's at every spot, not just the quarterback spot, but O-line, running back, receiver, DB, at every position. That's a must.
And with what he did in the Big Ten, I'm sure you think he can come in and provide competition for you.
Oh, absolutely. He's a winner. He's won at the highest level and won big, and he knows what it takes to win. You know, and we're excited to have him here. It's not like he needs experience to go out and do those things. He's done it. You know, and I think that's going to help him. I think it gives him credibility too coming in here, and our guys seeing that this guy knows what it takes to win. You know, and I think it's going to help James as well. I mean, we got to make sure that every single day we all compete for what we got to get. And again, iron sharpen iron. And the more we can do that, the better we're going to be as a football team.
Is there one major message or theme that you're trying to impart to the fans on this speaking tour?
Is there one message? I wouldn't necessarily say one message. I just tell them the standard doesn't change. It's a new year. The standard is the standard, you know, and our expectation is to win. And we don't want any of our fans to think any less, you know. And I think if there's any message, is that just keep the faith, keep believing in what they always believe. I know our fan base they're passionate about Florida State University, and that passion doesn't need to stop. You know, in order for us to continue to, or in order for us to get back to winning like we're supposed to, that passion needs to stay there. That's what makes this place special. And Like I say, the standard is a standard, and that's not going to ever change. And we got to get our football team up to that standard, and everybody's got to be that way. We as coaches, we as players, we as an administration, we as a fan base. The standard is a standard. It's Florida State. We're here to win.
You just talked about that standard that they have. Now that you're entering year 2, how has that standard that these fans have affected your approach as a head coach?
It never affected it necessarily. I mean, I knew what it was getting a job. That's why I wanted it, because of the passion that we have here. To me, that's what makes every program great, is when you have that passion and you have that standard. If it's not that way, it's tough to win at a high level. You don't see many teams doing that because it's not that way. And I'm lucky to be at a place where it is that way. And so I wouldn't say it changed anything. I just have a better understanding of Florida State and how things are done around here. And there's a reason why I'm here, and there's a reason, and we got to make sure we do our part to get it back to where it belongs, and we will.
Some other
Coach.
programs in the state have soared in recent years, past year and whatnot.
Is that real? Other programs?
A couple of other programs in the state have done well.
They soar?
Yeah. And so what my question is, when you're out recruiting, does the Florida State name still have the weight you think that it's always had?
Absolutely. That's not going to change. That hadn't been an issue at all. And again, for us, we don't worry about other schools. It's always about Florida State University, and that hadn't changed. I didn't see anyone or talk to anyone that said that they didn't want to come to Florida State because it's going to offer anything like that. I mean, it ain't going to change. It's Florida State, and you got guys that want to be here, and we want the guys that want to be here. If you don't want to be here, then so be it. So that's how it's got to be, and that's the way we want it to be. But the standard hadn't changed, and the logo hadn't changed, and who we are hadn't changed. We just got to get back to being that way, and we will, because of who we are.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.